In this video, we are going to learn how to solve an inequality like this. Let's say we have x squared minus x minus 6 greater than or equal 0. So in another video, we talk about how to solve the inequality if we have less than 0. So in this one, we talked about how to solve it is greater than 0. So what we normally do is we're going to first try to find factors. So we can look at the leading coefficient. In this case, leading coefficient is 1. So what we normally do, we're going to multiply, use the AC method, and we're going to multiply these two numbers. So you're going to get negative 6. So the next step is we're going to find a complete factorization of negative 6 that's going to add up to the middle coefficient. Middle coefficient is negative 1. So you're going to think of two numbers, two factors of negative 6 that's going to add up to negative 1, which is negative 3 and 2. So you can see that when you multiply negative 3 and 2, you're going to get negative 6. When you add, you get negative 1. Now we can directly write the factorization. So it's going to be x negative 3 and x positive 2, x plus 2, which is greater than or equal to 0. So the next step is find zeros. So that means we're going to find for what number each factor becomes 0. So you can see when you plug in x equal 3, you're going to get 0. And also you can see when you plug in x equal negative 2, you are going to get 0. So the next step is we can draw those numbers on the number line in the order, so negative 2, and you can see that there's an equal sign here. So that means we're going to make a solid dot at negative 2, and then also solid dot at 3. Now the argument is this. So what it says that if we have less than 0, so it is inside. So less than, it is inside. If it is greater than, it is outside. So that's the argument. It is outside. So that means, according to this problem, since it's a greater than, so your solution has to be greater than 3, larger than the larger, the smaller than the smaller. So that's the idea. Larger than the larger, smaller than the smaller. Now the question is why this is valid. And you can see that if you pick a number which is larger than 3, you can see both factors going to produce positive values. So the first one is positive, the second one is positive, so the product is positive. And if you pick a value which is smaller than the smaller, you can see both factors are negative now. So that means when you multiply, you get a positive value. So that's the argument. So that means in this case, this is greater than, and this is also greater than. If it's less than, it's going to be in between. So in between less than, and outside greater than. So that means your final answer, you can write it like that. So that the solution is, you can see it is negative infinity. So it is negative infinity, comma, negative 2, open and close. Why close is an equal sign. And then you can see 3 to infinity. Again, at infinity is always open. And then this is closed because there's an equal sign. So this is how you solve the inequality quickly. So now you can try these problems as practice problems. And again, if you have hard time factoring these, especially when you have leading coefficient other than 1, you can look at the video about a quick factorization method, or what we call the crisscross method, and you can find the link in the description. You can try these now. Thank you.